Let's see. I'll take a chocolate one, please. Thank you. Oh wait. Aww, she thought of Sayori already. I should probably get Sayori one. She's always been complaining about being hungry about this time of the day. I bet she'd like a cookie. I'll take a sugar one as well. Again, thank you. Wow, she bought 2 cookies? Someone must have dropped a lot of change behind the vent. You serious right now? Like, come on, you gotta make an issue about me buying 2 cookies. I didn't rob anyone, okay? Jeez. What does that mean? Who is she? She's the girl in one of my morning classes. She's always tired and really mean. Her dad changes jobs a lot. He's like a drunk person. Hey, you don't know what I'm going through, and I don't even know you. Are you serious right now? Jesus. Everyone knows it. She probably lives in like a shack or a bar. That's so distasteful of you, my god. Oh, that's mean. Don't say things like that. Don't worry about it. It's not like she could. Yeah, sure. Sure. We're just right here in the corner. We really can't hear you. Jesus Christ. I'm in the split of like half of me feels sorry for Natsuki and half of it just wanna. They wanna get. I'm just kinda angry. Anyways. As everyone settles into their routines, I decide to follow the same pattern I did yesterday. I read another chapter of Yuri's book with her, then I head over to the closet where Natsuki is standing. I'm a little nervous considering how we left things yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I can win her over. In more ways than one. At least I hope. Besides, I need to return her volume of Parfait Girls. I managed to finish it last night. It probably won't become my new favorite thing or anything, but it wasn't bad. Natsuki doesn't seem to notice me as I walk over to her. She's once again busy inspecting the boxes in the closet. Hey, Natsuki? I've got your... Not again. Monika! Stop moving my boxes. The one I want on the top shelf now. Oh wait, the one I want is on the top shelf now and I can't reach it. Sorry, Natsuki. Out of my hands. The classroom teacher needed the space for her supplies. I can help you get it down if you want. No, I don't. Seriously. I don't need your help. I can do it myself. Alright, if you insist. Natsuki turns to face me. And that goes double for you. We haven't even said anything! What did I do? She turns toward the closet and looks up at her box. I can tell she's trying to come up with a plan to get it down. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure these are... No. I'm pretty sure these can't handle her weight. The cabinet can't handle her weight. I really want to offer my help to her. But I also like my internal organs right there. Right where they are. After a few moments of thinking, Natsuki's eyes light up, and she steps away from the closet. She returns with a... Of course. We could've just taken, like... one of the armchairs. She returns with a rolling chair. It's a bit higher than the other chair. Okay, that makes sense. Kind of. Which would give Natsuki just the height she needed to get her box down. However... Natsuki? Not one word. Okay then. Natsuki is standing by the chair with a triumphant grin. The wheels on this chair don't roll very well. If I'm careful, I should be able to get the box down without it moving. Well, she got a plan. crazy, dangerous, poorly thought out plan. But a plan at any rate. I decided to stand by and watch to see if she admits to needing any help. She then moves the chair into position and starts to step onto it. She stops suddenly and shoots me, and I'm just standing here, watching. She shoots me an angry look. Take 3 steps back. Why? No way I'm letting you peek up my skirt. Okay, fine. No way I'm letting you peek up my skirt. Natsuki, I wouldn't even think of doing that. Sure, I totally believe you. If sarcasm could cut, I'd be bloody ribbons right now. Now step back. I immediately take 3 steps back. I'm not interested in getting Natsuki even more angry with me. Once she's satisfied that I'm far enough away, she carefully steps onto the chair. You know... If we're going to look at the previous background, I'm pretty sure I can't even see Natsuki's skirt. I would really have to make it obvious that I'm trying to peek under, if that's the case. Sure enough, the chair doesn't move under her weight. I can't help but notice a smirk on her face. She carefully reaches up and puts her hands around the box of manga. Almost got it! She manages to get her fingertips around the edge of the box. I can see a look of triumph on her face as she inches the box towards her. Finally, she gets the box into her hands and off the shelf. Unfortunately, the sudden shift in weight causes her to lose balance. She catches herself, but all the movement just causes the chair to roll slightly. Oh! Everything seems to be moving in slow motion. Natsuki is trying to catch herself, but as she moves, the chair moves in opposite direction. Natsuki? Are you okay? I start to run toward her, but I'm too late. Natsuki comes tumbling down, box and all. She has already landed on the floor by the time I reach her. Oh no! Her box of manga is lying on its side. Did it spill? I mean, obviously it did. Several volumes have spilled out onto the floor. Before I can offer to help Natsuki up, Monika comes rushing over. Is everything alright over here? I glance over at Natsuki, then position myself between her and Monika. I don't know her that well, but I figure Natsuki is the kind that doesn't want other people to make a fuss over her. We just dropped the box. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you? Monika gives me a weird look, then chuckles to herself as she heads back to the front of the room. My goodness, I hope the Monika route comes soon. I exhale and turn around to check on Natsuki. She is already crawling over to the box to gather up the spilled manga. I can hear her mutter to herself. Why does everything have to be so hard? I'm not certain if I should offer to help or not. But I offer the question quickly. But after the moment, the question quickly becomes moot. Natsuki picks up one of her volumes of manga and stares at the cover. Her eyes widen and her jaw drops. Oh no! The top corner has gotten folded over in the fall, and now the cover has a crease line across the front. Ow! Oh no! She tries to fold the cover back a few times to no effect. What? Finally, she just tosses it away? Sure. Okay. She tosses the volume away and sits quietly for a moment. I decide this is probably when I should say something. Hey, it's not that bad. If you put it in the box with the other volumes, maybe the crease will flatten out. It doesn't matter. It It's stupid anyway. Well, I can tell rather that she's angry. That wasn't as forceful as I expect. Please go away. Leave me alone. Her voice is starting to crack. Despite how angry she is, I can tell she's fighting back tears. Natsuki? Are you deaf? I said go away. She turns to face me. Her eyes are beginning to get moist. You don't know anything about me. You can't possibly understand what it is to be like me. And I sure as hell don't want you to feel sorry for me. So take your stupid grin and lame pickup lines and go bug someone else. I didn't want you here anyway. Dummy. Ow! I don't see any reason to respond to that. I turn to leave Natsuki to her spilled manga. But I remember there's something I need to do first. I turn back around and gently place the first volume of Parfagels on the desk next to her. I can tell she's looking at it out of the corner of her eye. Then I head back to the front of the room. Monika and Sayori are discussing something. I think I'll try to talk to Sayori when they're done. Oh no. Dummy. Okay. I'm okay. Let's see. It looks fine. I don't see any damage to it. I bet he didn't even read it. Wow, so your proof of me reading it is if I break it? Is that it? Jerk. He probably just... Hey, what's this thing stuck in the Isn't that the receipt? What's this thing stuck in the pages? A bookmark? With all three of the parfait... Huh? Wait, is that ours? With all three of the parfait girls on it? He left an... Oh. Hey, I didn't know this happened. He left a note. Do we get to read it? Natsuki? I finally remember... Oh. I finally remembered where I had seen parfait girls before. About a year ago, I won a grab bag at an anime convention. Ooh, cool! This bookmark was one of the prizes inside. I didn't recognize the characters then, so I tossed it into my drawer and forgot about it. After I read the first volume, I remembered that I still had it. I thought you might like to have it, since it is your favorite series. I hope it helps you find your place. Midas. He gave it to me? Oh my... Like... What the hell? Oh my... Like, it may have been a small interaction, but what the hell? That's adorable. I don't know what those two were talking about, but Sayori seems to be pretty excited. Okay, whose shoes are this? But Sayori seems to be pretty excited. She's apparently drawing something on a sheet of paper that she keeps showing Monika. I can't see what it is, but it must be good since Monika keeps nodding in approval. While I strain my eyes trying to listen in their conversation, I suddenly get the impression that I'm not up here by myself anymore. Okay, that answers my question. I turn to the side to see Natsuki standing near my desk. She turns her eyes away from me as soon as I look at her. Her demeanor is sheepish, not a very Natsuki thing. Her knees are that's adorable! Her knees are pressed close together. Her shoulders are slumped down and she's holding up the second volume of our figures with her elbows pulled close to her body. I know what you're gonna say. Let's read it, Natsuki. She has a very guilty look on her face. She will occasionally turn her eyes toward me, and then back away when we make eye contact. I let her stand here for a moment. I'm a bit nervous about saying anything about or after her outburst a minute ago. Finally, I muster up some courage. So, you having a rough day? She then looks at me, and then turns her eyes away again. She slowly nods her head up and down. You wanna talk about it? She doesn't look at me this time. She slowly turns her head from side to side. Whatever it is that's bothering her, she appears to want to keep it to herself. Okay. Do you wanna read the second volume of Parfait Girls? She then looks up at me again. She holds my gaze for a few moments, then turns her eyes on the floor. She sways slightly and starts drawing a circle on the floor with her left foot. What do you want? What do you want, woman? I don't get your symbols. I mean, I've heard the second volume is where the plot really kicks up. She stops swaying. Her eyes dart up and meet mine. We look into each other's eyes for a few moments. And then, slowly, she begins to smile. Ah, oh my goodness. That was so adorable. Gotta keep it together. Okay, everyone. It's time to read poems. Everybody grab a partner and get to it. I get my poem out of my bag and read it over one last time. I put real effort into it last night, and I'm curious to see what Natsuki thinks of it. Yuri seems to be avoiding her, and Sayori's still talking to Monika about a poster for something or other. So I decide to show my poem to Natsuki first. It doesn't take Natsuki long to read my poem. What do you think? It's not as long as yesterday's. Your word choice is interesting as well. Huh? How so? Well, yesterday you were using all those fancy words like heaven sent and whirlwind. But now you're using more simple, to-the-point words like games and blanket. I must say, I approved of the change. I'm glad I impressed you then. Now, hold on a sec. I didn't say you impressed me. I said I approved of the change. You've got a way to go before you impress me. Oh? Well, teach on then. Oh, mistress of the written word. Ah, I'm glad someone noticed. Take a look at this. Out of all her poems, Amy Likes Spiders was probably my favorite. Alright, pay attention. This poem isn't really about what it seems to be about. The most important person in it is the speaker. Through the speaker's words, we learn more about them than we'll do about Amy. We find out that he or she is very cool, judgmental, and who just needs to leave Amy alone and let her enjoy her spiders in peace. Does that make sense to you? So, is Amy a real person? Were you listening at all? Well, to answer your question, Amy is a real person, but not in this mod. It's in Poems of Death, Rithian's mod. I'm just kidding, I understood what you were saying. I just need a sec to write that down. Write what down? The stuff you're telling me right now about poetry. I actually want to get better, so I'm writing down what I learned from all of you. Nobody's ever... Well, you have plenty by the time we're done with you. Or we'll learn plenty rather. You'll have plenty, okay, never mind. Of course, my advice will be the most useful. So, make use of your highlight. So make sure you highlight it rather, or something. I don't doubt it. I mean, I studied your poem and I wrote mine last night. Oh, wait a minute. Wait it. You what? I studied your poem. The eagles can fly one. We kept it in our pocket. I picked it up after you threw it away yesterday. It really helped me out while I was writing. Natsuki suddenly goes quiet. I take a moment to look up from my notes. Are you alright? So you based your poem on my writing? Yeah. Natsuki starts breathing quickly. Hey, are you... I have to go to the bathroom. Okay then. Okay. Get a hold of yourself, Natsuki. That doesn't mean anything. Just because he actually paid attention to... No, I can't. I don't. I don't want to get hurt. Still. Natsuki hasn't come back yet. I'm just kinda sitting here, awkwardly. Do I move to the next person or... Oh, there you are. Yeah, well, I really had to go. I was gonna burst. Anyway, like I said, your poem is much better than yesterday. Really impressed. But you said... Accept the praise already, Midas. Anyway, you can take this. Seriously? That's adorable. Anyway, you can take this poem home to study it if you want. After I'm done showing it to everyone else, that is. Sure. I mean, it's just for studying. Not for any other reason at all, okay? Okay. Just that. I love Natsuki so much. It's adorable. Whatever you say, Natsuki. What's that supposed to mean? Well, there's a lot to absorb here. I don't think I'd be too far off. If I were to assume that this poem isn't really about a girl who likes spiders, am I correct? It's fine, Natsuki, really it is. It's just... You're Amy in this poem, aren't you? I mean, you go to great lengths to hide your manga in our clubroom, so I think I know what this poem is really all about. People are just so mean. I know. I used to be around a lot of people like that when I was in the debate club. You were in a debate club, weren't you? Yeah, I was. It was a club mostly full of people who thought they were better than everyone else. Isn't that just Twitter? Isn't that just Twitter? I'm ashamed to say I tried to be like them for a while. I guess I wanted them to accept me. But one day I saw them making fun of a girl at another table who was just minding her own business. Oh my goodness. They were talking just loud enough so she could hear them. The girl looked like she was about to cry and got up and left. It was late then that I decided that I just don't want to be like those debate club people. So I guess you could say that I could easily be the speaker in this poem. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about yourself so much, Monika. Well, I do tend to be a rather private person. And to be fair, you don't really talk about yourself that much either, Natsuki. Well... Good point. So I can't help but notice that the members of our little literature club aren't the most popular in school. Did you form this club as sort of a safe space for people who you know don't fit in? Well, I had several reasons for starting this club. But I really did want it to be a place for people to relax and be themselves. So I suppose your statement would be accurate, Natsuki. Huh. Well, I had to say that I am thankful. Especially since you don't judge me for my love of manga. Well, we all have our spiders, I suppose. That's a very short and sweet line, Monika. Thank you. Alright, Sayori. I guess it's your turn, or our turn rather, to share poems. Yay! I've really been looking forward to reading yours today, Natsuki. I bet it's amazing! Sayori, stop it. My poems aren't that good. That was token humility. By all means, keep telling me how awesome I am. Anyway, let me show you mine first. Yeah, about the thing about Natsuki's Amy Like Spiders poem being my favorite, I guess all of my favorites come from the second day. Wow, Sayori. This one's a bit more complex than yesterday's. I wanted to branch out some. Yeah. So... do you really feel this way, Sayori? Huh? What do you mean, Natsuki? Well, this is a poem about making other people happy. At the expense of your own happiness. You don't feel that way now, do you? I mean, you're so peppy. I don't figure you'd run out of happiness. Oh well... making other people happy is the most important thing to me. I guess that's why I was born. To be the sunshine in everyone else's lives. Well, that's great and all. But what about the sunshine in your life? Well, if other people are happy, then that makes me happy. So in a sense, I'm bringing myself sunshine by bringing everyone else sunshine. Ah. Well, I guess that's alright. But just make sure to focus on yourself some. Oh, okay. What I was expecting was that we would interact with Yuri and then the planning, but I guess we're skipping to some one-on-one time with Yuri. We used to go to the beach as a family as well. I think our last trip was in my mom's last days. She wasn't feeling well. She insisted we take a trip as a family. I remember building sandcastles and watching the waves wash away my footprints. I kept asking my mom where they all went. I remember Dad laughed at that. That may have been the last time I heard him. Alright, we write about the beach tonight and compare our poems tomorrow. Deal? Yes, deal. Alright then. See you tomorrow, Yuri. And you as well, Natsuki. Wow. I haven't thought about the beach trip in a while. I miss those days. Oh! I remember we had a camera with us when we went. Ma and Pa took so many pictures. I think they ended up in a box in the closet. Let me see. Here it is. Wow, there's so many. Here's me playing in the sand. And Papa holding me in his lap. And... Where's... No. Oh no. Wait. He didn't... Huh? Huh? What? Huh? What do you mean? Huh? Okay. Sure. Man, what a day. After an eventful club meeting and a mishap with my new... Oh no. Yeah, from the first episode. And a mishap with my new box set of anime. I finally find time to sit and watch a few episodes. I found I enjoy reading a bit more than I thought I would. But anime is still my first love. My new series is set in a fantasy world. And stars of feisty sorceress and her dumb swordsman sidekick. Did I just say sidekick? Oh, wait a minute. A feisty sorceress and her dumb swordsman sidekick. This is familiar of Zero. I am 100% sure. It's a bit slow to start, but I've really gotten into it. So much, in fact, that I've decided to head out to the bookstore and see if they have a manga series based on. I'm pretty sure they do. It's a really good anime. Kinda horny, but I guess that was the point. I'm in the literature club after all. I should be looking for new things to read, although that was ecchi. So good luck trying to explain that. As I walk to the bookstore where I buy my manga, I find my thoughts drifting to Natsuki. I didn't know what to think of her at first, and I'm honestly still trying to figure her out. She's really all over the place. She really seemed to warmed up to me when she found out I like manga, but then she turned on me pretty quickly when I didn't side with her in her argument. She seems to be better now, and I guess she had a bad day, but still. I want to get to know her better, but I'm a little worried that she might be like that all the time. At any rate, I'm at the bookstore now. Let's see what they've got. Let's see. Saint Seiya, Skullgirls, I think it was kinda underrated. Kinda. Here we go. Slayers! I pick up the first volume and head off to find a comfortable place to sit. I like to flip through the volumes to see how they are different from the anime before I buy them. As I turn to the corner, toward the padded chairs the store provides, I run into a familiar face. Natsuki? Natsuki is standing in front of a different shelf of manga. She's flipping through one of the volumes. I can't see the cover to tell which one. Midas? What are you doing here? I hold up my volume of manga. Probably the same thing you were doing? She smirks and shows me the cover of the manga she's looking at. It features a lone swordsman facing off against a massive skinless giant. Attack on Titan? Of course it is. Attack on Titan? That's a far cry from Parvey, girls. Natsuki sighs as her smirk disappears. Her expression seems almost tired. Yeah, well, a series about battling giants kinda fits my mood, I guess. It's a very great series, and yeah, I think that's the best thing I can describe that. I mean, I've only read like a few of it, but still. I should probably get back to it. Anyways, there's a lot packed into that statement, rather. I know you didn't want to talk about it earlier, but are you alright? Natsuki then glances at my direction. The tired expression never leaves her face. I had a discussion with my dad the other day. Nothing major. Just kinda put me in a sour mood. I've been there. Ma keeps pestering me to go outside more. I can relate to that. And I always say, Ma, there's anime in here. Why would I leave? Switch anime with video games because I'm pretty sure I'm more inclined to that than anime, but anime still has a place in my heart. It pisses her off to no end. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going with a walk. I mean, just walk in the morning. Or in the afternoon, like 30 minutes outside. That's alright with me. Natsuki laughs at that. I haven't really seen this side of her yet. I gotta admit, I kinda like happy Natsuki. The smile disappears. Why are you tearing up? She then changes her expression to the guilty look that she had earlier today. Look, sorry about, earlier today. Whoa, that's new. Oh? So I take it that you didn't mean what when you said you didn't want me in the club. Well, I didn't at first, but I guess you're kinda cool. I mean, it's nice to have someone to talk about manga with, it is all. That's all I meant, of course. That was an odd clarification. Maybe you can tell me what's going on with this Titan series. I can vaguely remember what happened because I've read so few. Although, the reason why I said it was great is because I'm pretty sure I'm the only one among my friends who hasn't watched and or read it to completion. Feel free to call me out on that. Kinda confusing. She hands me the volume she was looking at and then shifts position so she's standing next to me. Well, these giants appear and start eating people. And the last of humanity retreats to a walled city to be safe from them. Here, this page has a diagram. I point a 2-page spread in the manga. Natsuki leans in close to look at it and stands up straight again. Maybe it's just me, but she seems to be standing a little closer to me than she was before. Anyway, Humans train people to use this special gear that lets them swing around at high places, or high speeds rather. Here, take a look at this part. Again, I show Natsuki the pages and she leans in to look at them. When she raises her head back up, she moves a little bit closer to me. Her head is practically touching my shoulder. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, it's Natsuki, sure. Anyway, if I told you any more, I'd spoiled it. You should probably read it on your own. But I like... See, are you serious? I like hearing you explain it. I turned to look at her. She's staring right up into my eyes without turning away. I notice her face is slightly red. I mean, you're so good at explaining everything that I figured you just shouldn't stop. You could keep talking to me for a while. That is if you want to. Oh my goodness, it's adorable. Wow, Natsuki's acting kinda nervous all of a sudden. If I didn't know any better. There's an awkward moment while I fumble with my words. I'm not really sure how to respond in a situation like this. As I continue to trip over my own words, like I normally do. Natsuki continues to look at me like she was waiting for me to respond. My floundering continues for a moment or two, when I hear the sound of the front door opening. I notice an older man frantically walking into the store. He then starts saying a name over and over, not quite a yell but loud enough for the store to hear him. Haruka... Haruka... The odd distraction snaps me out of my inelegant trance as I turn to look at the man. Huh. That's weird. I wonder who Haruka is. I turn back toward Natsuki. Her eyes are wide and her face has gone white. Natsuki, what's... How did he find me? Her voice is barely a whisper. Before I can respond, she grabs me quickly and pulls me down behind the bookshelf out of the sight of the old man. Hey! Shh! We're on the other side of the bookshelf right now, facing away from the front door. Both of us are sitting on the floor. Natsuki is closer to the edge of the shelf and she's peering around the corner to keep tabs on where the old man is standing. Okay, who is that guy? And why are you hiding from him? Natsuki responds without looking at me. He's my dad. Huh? Shh. I lean over Natsuki and poke my head around the shelf with her. The man has mostly white hair, with only a peppered trace of black. He has a short beard to match. All of his hair is somewhat unkempt and scraggly, and he's wearing a large pair of dark-tinted glasses. His face is weathered and craggy. If I saw him at a glance, I'd assume he was Natsuki's grandfather. You were close. You were close. Okay, so that's your dad. Why are we hiding from him again? I don't want him to see me with a guy. Why? Is he super strict? He's not gonna chase me around with a sword. With a sword just for talking to you, is he? I don't know. I mean, he's never seen me talk to a guy before. I really don't want to know how he'd react. Oh, don't talk to many guys, huh? I'm flattered. Stop. Natsuki looks around at the corner again, then looks back at me. Her expression is almost sad, like she has to leave but doesn't want to. She reaches into her pocket and pulls down some money. Huh? Which she hands to me? Could you do me a favor? Oh, okay, sure. I'll buy it. I was gonna buy that volume of Mom and Sneak at home, but with Papa here. Would you mind buying it for me? You can bring it to school tomorrow to hand it off. Sure, but why are you hiding this from your dad? She then looks away. Her pained expression tells me that there is a story behind her actions, and she probably doesn't want to share it. I decide to wait for another time. Okay, don't worry about it. Meet me at lunch and I'll hand it off. She smiles as her eyes light up. Thanks. See you tomorrow. She takes another look around the shelf, then stands up and walks over to her father. I glance over toward them to see what's happening. Natsuki's dad seems confused and he keeps asking for Haruka. She's talking to him quietly as if she's trying to calm him down. After a short discussion that I can't hear, the two of them leave the bookstore together. I take a moment to process what I've just seen, then stand up and head to the register with Natsuki's manga. I keep replaying that scene out of my head as I walk home. I have so many questions for Natsuki's dad. And why is she so afraid to enjoy her hobby with him around? Oh, we're getting another flashback. Okay. 10 years ago. She doesn't even have, like... Then who's Haruka then? Natsuki, I've been thinking. Yes, Mama? What do you think? If we took a trip to the beach today... I'd love to go to the beach, Ma! Now. I don't think your mother is up to it today, Natsuki. Aw, but Pa... I want to play in the sand and go swimming in water. Please, Ma, can we go? Of course, dear. Go get your swimsuit. Yay! Natsuki. Oh, she's already run off. Dear, you know you need your rest. Remember what the doctor said. The doctor said I have a few months at best. If I don't exert myself, I might be able to add a month or so to that. If I don't exert myself, rather. But I don't want Natsuki to remember me as a bedridden invalid in my last days. I want her to have happy memories of me. Let her have this. You're having another spell. Sit down and breathe slowly. I've got it. Thank you. I don't want to lose you. Darling, you can stop this from happening. Ow! Come on, man, it's just the second day. Ow! It hurts. Like, I know I said in a lot of videos before that I'm a fan of tragic stories. And don't get me wrong, I am enjoying this a lot, but... Ow! It hurts my heart. She's just so selfless. Even at this state. Oh my goodness. Whew. All you can do is love me for the time we have left. And love our daughter for both of us when I'm gone. Stop. Please. I don't know if I can handle living without you. I love you. Oh, we get the name. Akio. I love you too. Haruka.